The Red River Zoo is adding a new exhibit that will showcase the heart of the prairie. And Sally Jacobson joins us today to talk about the Scheels Pride of the Prairie exhibit. And after I heard what was going in there, I thought, of course.
Yes.
It makes such sense.
Just absolutely fitting for Fargo and of course for North Dakota to be having bison in town, right?
I know, that is so exciting. So that's just one of the things that are going into this new exhibit. Just kind of explain what the exhibit will be.
Yeah, so I'll back it up here. About in 2017, the zoo finished a strategic master plan for the entirety of the facility over the next 20 years. And within that plan, we identified some really amazing exhibits that we could have in the future and an action steps to kind of get there. So we've been steadily working away at that. And of course, last year, with what everybody experienced, we got delayed a little bit. And we were just so pleased to have Scheels come through because they knew about this exhibit and the intention of this exhibit. We're calling it Pride of the Prairie. And what we're really going to be doing is trying to develop pride in North Dakota's and North America's keystone wildlife. So this exhibit will really try to replicate a prairie ecosystem. So you'll see like this pronghorn antelopes, bison, most likely sandhill cranes as well. You're going to be seeing that from inside a beautiful viewing building, kind of like the trapper's cabin we currently have at the zoo. And as you look through the window, you'll see prairie dogs. And inside, we're also going to have a new home for our black-footed ferrets. So a really holistic approach.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat for people to experience what the Native Americans and settlers would have experienced when they were here.
Yes.
You know, they would have seen bison roaming the prairie and, you know, taking a drink of water from the Red River. So it's I think, super great to kind of bring that full circle and bring people back to the roots of the land here and what it meant.
And it gives us an opportunity to talk about what happened, like what happened to wildlife as Western expansion occurred, and then the really amazing conservation efforts that really respond out of people's love for bison. And North Dakota has a rich conservation history here, of course, with bison, so it gets us to tell that holistic story, which is super cool. And of course, everyone wants to see new animals at the zoo, and so it's really just exciting to be bringing something new for the public and offering new educational opportunities and experiences for everyone.
And well, and of course NDSU bison. I mean, hello, look at the, let's talk about the connection there. Everyone will love it. But with this, when can people maybe start expecting to see a few of those bigger animals showing up?
Yes, so we're saying we're going to be opening next summer because we got to get our construction done on the viewing areas. But if you pass by on 23rd Avenue, you'll already see some of the stuff going in for the animals. I am working on a really special MOU that with a national park that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but I would anticipate actually the bison coming in pretty early here, much before the exhibit opens, just because we have the opportunity to receive some really precious animals.
And we know that they can handle our winters real well too.
Exactly.
That's not a problem with them.
Yes, yes. So
and well, how many can they expect to see of these animals? Do you know, I mean, rough estimates as to how many?
Yep, we're going to be bringing in 1 male and 2 females, and we're going to be bringing in yearlings because that will give the animals a little bit of time to acclimate to the zoo. It will give our zookeepers time to start their operant conditioning and their training programs for them before we open. And so, yeah, you're going to see these little guys grow up right here in Fargo. We'll also be looking at probably 2 male pronghorns, and then we'll be bringing in the birds later.
And so I know you do this with the camel, I believe, the Bactrian camels there. Is there going to be some breeding going on of the bison as well then? So that way there'll be, people can kind of see the cycle of life with them and the little babies when they're born to when they get older? Yes,
that would be our intention. So we're really excited about the whole process. And like I said, it's been a really dynamic process designing this exhibit to ensure that it's safe and a wonderful place for all these different species and that they can live together, as well as really focusing on the experience that we're going to be giving guests. And this is just really the first step into our strategic master plan, which has just a plethora of amazing animals that you can someday see here in Fargo. As long as we keep chugging along and we keep getting the community support from businesses and organizations like Scheels and the CVB and Rotary, we're going to continue to grow. So here we go, right? One step at a time.
Right there. It's the little engine that could. I think I can. And yeah, the zoo now is just a really great place for people to go. And still open. People can still head on over and see all the fun animals you have already.
That's right. We are open every day from 10 until 6, and we have our cute Halloween trick-or-treating event coming up every Saturday in October, or the last 3 Saturdays in October.
Ooh, isn't that Boo at the Zoo?
Boo at the Zoo.
Oh, we love Boo at the
Candy
Zoo.
galore, and I just love seeing all the kids in their costumes. So it's not all about animals. It is about families, it's about experiences, and it's about community. So we're just really appreciative of everyone that comes to the zoo, supports us and donates to us and becomes a business partner. We really truly couldn't do it without everyone's help.
All right, yeah, and we love it. Sally, thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up here on today's show, Heidi is in as she tries her hand at a new sport. Stick around.